everyone, and welcome to the first episode of this podcast. Joining us, a good friend of mine. He is a Microsoft MVP, LinkedIn community top voice, and an official contributor in the Modern Endpoint Management LinkedIn page. He has made a significant mark in the tech community, particularly in Intune. Recently, he has launched a new project, what is now called macOS Intune Support Assistant. This tool is designed to streamline and enhance the support experience for macOS users by leveraging Microsoft Intune. This tool is offering a set of features that simplify common support tasks. Without further ado, please welcome Somesh. So, hello, Somesh.
Actually, thank you. Thank you for having me on your first podcast. It's really an honor.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming.
yeah. So, you have truly said we are good friends. We have been in touch with each other since quite long. We met on the Paris event, and we look forward to meeting next year again. And yep, so I have been actively engaged in the tech community and LinkedIn community, and focus primarily on the Apple platform because that's what I love to do and that's what the passion is because the world is now moving towards more of Apple devices. It's no more those strange hardware anymore. It's getting more powerful. So today I show you the new tool that I have developed. So I've started my journey now for creating the tools for community because we have seen many tools are there for Windows platform, but somewhere I felt like there's a gap for the similar apps or tools for macOS devices because the Mac does not allow easily to access your APIs, which are on the Apple platform. So the tool that I have created is called macOS Intune Support Assistant, that is MISA. It was a long struggle to get the name for it because we want the name that is quite interesting also. So I am creating two tools. First is MISA, and second would be Insights that we will be discussing later. So
All
Mac
right.
OS Intune Support Assistant MISA is basically a tool that's help us to get, so basically we could call a self-assistant tool, right? It's for a day-to-day end users. It's not easy for everyone to get around your Mac, find system settings, and find things which are not working on them. And the most driving feature for it was the platform SSO. And when Microsoft released the platform SSO, it's still not easy for sometimes I also struggle that go to the terminal command and then type the to get the token everything. So this tool is just one-click stop solution to get everything out of your Mac, be it your system information, what is configured
Mhm.
on the device, what's the profiles configured, and if you want to check software updates, if you want to initiate from them. And the most thing that I love about it is the troubleshooting task, like sort of self task that a user can do. We have seen many tools on Windows that help users to do certain things on their own end, right? And the latest version of the app, it includes the most demanded feature that I received feedback that we should have an option of removing and elevating the users as an admin.
Mhm.
So I'll quickly share my screen and walk you around the tool. Okay, let me know if it's
Exciting.
visible.
Yes, I can see it. I can see it.
Okay,
It's
the
lovely.
lovely Sequoia background.
I was about to say that.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm using this tool on a VM. This VM is on parallel, so some certain functionalities will not work. But I'll show this functionality on a hardware, which is a
Uh-huh.
physical machine. So this is the now the latest branding for the app, which is the MISA. And the distinctive feature is that it recognizes what's your rights on the Mac. If you are a
Mhm.
full local admin on the Mac, it detects and shows you that the app is running with the full privilege, that is admin mode. If a user is running this app as a normal standard user, then it detects automatically that the user is standard user and it gives you a similar line that you're running as a standard user.
Hmm.
And
Nice.
depending upon your privileges, certain rights will be restricted because when we are standard user, we don't have rights to use sudo commands basically. So similarly, this app will behave accordingly the rights that have. So for example, if I click continue right now, this is the sidebar which shows you
Mhm.
the current features that it has. For example, system info, it has zero showing because it's on a VM because it does not have a hardware to it. So it shows me the all that basic information about the OS build, system uptime, and all those things, and the storage used. So install apps, it shows you admin mode, which means that you are allowed to uninstall applications as an admin, right?
Hmm.
So what all the applications are installed on it, it's just one click and it can uninstall the apps from the device itself. For example, if I want to uninstall Word, I can simply, it gives you a warning also that, yeah, are you sure you want to uninstall an app? So I simply click uninstall, and it still prompts you because that's the native Apple thing. Even if I'm running anything with a sudo privilege,
Okay.
it always asks you for a password, right?
Right.
So
So this is the device passcode, technically.
it's the passcode that I use to log into the Mac. So when
Right.
I click OK, the app is gone, and it takes a few fraction of second to refresh the catalog. And if you see that we uninstall Word and the Word is uninstalled from the device itself, right? So we can uninstall any application using this simple UI. You don't need to go to applications and drag and drop to the recycle bin or the dustbin basically.
Mhm.
So just one click, and if a user is in a standard mode, this buttons will be not visible to you anymore.
Okay. So just for me to understand,
Hmm.
this tool is it will be distributed to users, not
Yeah.
admins, isn't it?
You can so this tool is ready to distribute via any MDM solution. For example, if I'm
Okay.
distributing via Intune, you can simply, it's a PKG app. You simply use the PKG installer and push it via MDM. And the moment it's installed on the device, it detects automatically the user rights on the device. If the
Okay.
user is a
Okay.
standard user, the app will by default launch as a standard user only.
Okay.
So I'll walk you
Okay.
through that
Okay.
scenario also, right?
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Software updates, like if I'm on 14.5 Sonoma, if I want to check if the software updates are available, then it's at the backend, it's calling the software updates
Hmm.
hyphen ls command to check if there is software updates. So it's basically contacting the Apple catalog server and fetching the updates for you. Device management is it shows you what profiles are installed on your device. So
Hmm.
this is something which I have, like when I have speaking to people and I had a discussion, they say that it's very hard to see what is installed on our devices and what's not installed on our devices, right? So the
Okay.
only way is like you go to system settings and then you go to device management, privacy, and then you see. And when the Sequoia is released, they have completely changed, and now it's in general and device management. So Apple has changed the placing also. So I have given this like in this app itself, like it shows you what all profiles are installed and a description that is coming via Intune Admin Center. So whatever your admin has put up in the description of the profile, this will fetch and show you over your screen here. So it shows me that all these profiles are currently installed on my Mac.
I think it's really cool that you can
Yeah.
see the skip profile. I think I have a lot of customers that they would like to confirm that they have this skip profile installed on
Yeah.
their local devices, which is, like you said, you have to go through these
Yeah.
native app settings, and which is a little bit challenging. But now
Yeah.
with this, it's pretty visible.
Yeah, because if I need to go to verify, it's a bit challenging. I need to go to privacy, security, and
Mm,
then scroll down profiles. And
yeah.
there I need to see the escape profile is there and then management profile, what all those things. So it's just
All
a
right.
simple one app, just giving everything on your hand. Platform SSO is basically if I click check status, it immediately fetches the configuration from the device. And if
Mhm.
you see like just immediate confirmation that this is my display of the Entra ID, whatever my Entra ID is called here, and the authentication. So right now I'm using the password based authentication. If I'm using secure enclave, it will show secure enclave here. The two green dots here shows that everything is working perfectly fine. Your device is successfully onboarded to platform SSO and all the token and everything is authenticated here.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
you don't need to go to your general, then user, and then see if my device is registered, or you need to go to company portal and then click on your name to see the platform SSO registration. So it's just simply one click here and it shows you all the configurations here.
All right.
Security settings like basic what all the firewall, basically compliance things that we push via Intune. So it's security settings here. Gatekeeper is enabled, antivirus is running, that is Microsoft Defender, right? And user accounts. If so, right now I'm the only user on this machine. And it's called admin account.
Mhm.
And Wi-Fi status. So it's basically a virtual machine. So it's showing like this. Self-service is the thing which I like the most about it here. Like these are basically the easy tasks which a user can do on her own. For example, restart Wi-Fi, clear font cache, and the most challenging thing that I also found when I started working on Mac is how to show hidden files and how to hide the files back. So just one click that in the hidden files are now available. So if you see here that the Finder is launching quickly. So if I
Oh,
click
nice.
hidden files, it kills the Finder, it launches again, right? Which means that
Okay.
the files are hidden and they are not shown anymore. So it's vice versa. Right? Else you have to go to a terminal and then type a long command, or you have certain shortcuts on a keyboard. So it's the user ease. One click and your hidden files are on, or you can hide them again. Remote management is integrated with the latest feature of Intune, which is called remote management for macOS. Basically, if I click provide help, it's open Safari as a like a helper. And if I like here, I'm not now I'm giving the remote help, and I can
Ah,
simply pass on the code to someone who is running the same app, or even if they don't have this app, if they are having I simply ask them the credentials, the code and the URL, and then initiates the remote help from the system itself.
is this is this the remote help part of the Intune suite?
Yes,
Or
you would need a license for that. Yeah.
okay, okay. That is awesome. Okay.
Yep. So when I clicked here, for example, if I go here, right, so at the back end, it's going to the same URL that's in the remote help tool, and it's trying to connect. And this one is request help. If someone needs help,
Crystal.
then so it's basically the helper and the asker session. So right. So it goes to this, okay, and here is like now I see that. So I simply need
Mhm.
to give this code and the URL to the person I want to help, and they just need to put in this simply here.
Ah, this is well integrated. That is really nice.
And then this is the latest feature that I've like elevated admin. So it detects that you are already running have a as a admin rights. So don't abuse this privilege. So you are now aware. So it detects automatically based on the like the DSTL command, like what user is having which rights on it, and it works accordingly. So and then remove admin rights. The only word of caution here is that I need to put a banner here. If I click remove admin rights, it will remove me as a standard user, right? But before clicking this, it's mandatory that you should have another user who is an admin on that device.
Okay, interesting. Okay. Okay. So you wouldn't lose the admin rights unless you have
Mhm.
an admin in advance. Okay.
Yeah. So accessibility, like the basic accessibility things, voiceover, Zoom, and everything. And the fact and documentation, the documents which I love the most, when which I read the most, like what's new in macOS management from Microsoft Intune, Intune documentation, and Apple platform deployment guides, which we always need to follow for getting into latest in Intune in Apple development.
Uh-huh.
So I'll give you a quick demo of remove admin rights here, right?
Hmm.
So now I'm trying to remove kill myself as an admin on this device, and
All
so I
right.
type my command here.
This is the suicide man.
Yeah. So if you see on the left side here, the options have changed, right? You see less options now.
Okay.
Yeah. And now the app kills itself because you are no longer an admin. Now I am trying to launch it. Now you see the beauty here. The app is running with restricted privileges, standard user mode.
Okay.
And I click continue and installed apps, user mode, and all the options to remove the applications are gone. So my rights are limited. I'm a standard user, and I cannot play around with my Mac anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Right, and elevated has been so I can now I cannot because it was suicidal attack, but if on a machine that has another user as an admin, I can still elevate it. So it will ask for the user who is as an admin on this Mac,
Hmm.
and then I need to provide those credentials, and the user who is a standard user will be again elevated as an admin user now. So depending upon the user rights, this apps works accordingly.
Okay. Oh,
Now I can show you. So, okay. Now this is on my physical machine, right? So just so I want to show you that this is how it looks on an actual Mac. So it's now charging. So a slight small icon here. It says that the battery status and it's 84% charging and it's in charging mode. If I remove it here And if I click here again, then it's gone. So this detects automatically if the Mac is on charging or it's not on charging, and system uptime. So you see the difference, like if I remove the admin rights, those things are removed. And so
Mhm.
that's the core app that's basically
This is
works
it.
as a self-administrative app basically.
Okay, I got it. Now, what do you think? Just give me one scenario with which you think this tool would fit perfectly on that scenario. Just one scenario. Like, I don't know, like, is it for every Mac user, or just maybe it fits for a specific scenario? What do you think?
It fits for every scenario, and this like be it with any MDM, be it like for example, if I'm using a Mac at home, right? For example, like it's not an enrolled Mac. For example, this Mac right now is not enrolled into any MDM, right? It
Hmm.
still fits my purpose because I need to, for example, I need to do self-service tasks or I need to do some device management which I can do on my own, right? The next part would be coming is enrolling it as a BYOD. So this app fits any purpose. Software updates, I can simply check for software updates. So it fits every purpose. The most the beneficial purpose for this app will be when users are standard users, right?
Hmm. When they are standard
You still want to allow them to do certain tasks as standard user. So this
okay.
app solves that purpose. And
Hmm.
another thing that I wanted to like, for example, if you right now when we deploy Max via Intune, every user is an admin user, right?
Hmm.
So the local IT can do is while provisioning the Mac, they can simply remove the admin rights and then distribute the Macs.
Okay.
Because I have seen like
Okay.
many
Hmm.
scenarios, for example, many companies they first provision the device and then they run custom scripts, for example, to remove the user, demote the user as a admin user. I don't need a custom scripts now. I have a just one click rights and then just give the back Mac back to the user.
Okay.
Users won't
This
be
is
happy their rights are gone, but we don't want more admin rights now.
I can imagine it. I can imagine it. Yeah, this is really, I think it just fits every scenario, I would just assume. I yeah, this is really, really good. Do you think, I mean, I don't want to, it's like, I don't want to say spoiler alert or something, but do you think in the future you still have to develop, the things that you would think, I need to develop this new feature, I would integrate this and that. What do you think? Just give me like one like you wish you have it, or are you working on it?
So
That
there's a
if you wish to
spoiler.
make a
There's
spoiler.
a spoiler alert coming for it, and it's indeed it was much useful. So I will not say one. I will say two things that are coming up in in the next release. First is the reporting functionality, that is exporting the collecting logs and exporting them. So it will
Mhm.
export the complete sys diagnostics and will segregate them into system logs and security logs and your remote management logs. Three logs will be separated. So it will just simply on one click you will be able to export the fetch the logs and export them as a CSV. Right? So just
Nice.
simply give them to your local IT or you have Microsoft case or your Apple case, just one click and then export to them. Second spoiler alert is that this app will now be integrated with Jamf also.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that, but okay, it's
No.
awesome.
So right now, so right now it's called MISA. I'm still thinking of what will the name of the app will be because it is Microsoft macOS Intune Support Assistant. So I'm also thinking, I'm planning because I'm having some discussions with someone in Jamf, and they're really helping me. And once the APIs, I'm testing few APIs. Once the API is successful, then this app because app will be integrated with Jamf also. So we have two
How
versions
dare
now.
you? How dare you betraying Intune? Ah! Well, I'm really excited that you
Yeah.
you found a way to to broadcast your tool, and you just
Mm.
widen it more and more. I'm really impressed that you are, you will be able to integrate this tool with not only Intune as well as for third party
Yeah.
MDM. Again, thank you so much for
Thank
this
you so much.
session. I mean, this is incredible. Thank you again.
Thank you so much for giving the opportunity.